And we're back with Martin Huffman, Superintendent of the Lisle School District. And Martin, you know, there had to have been some real safety precautions that you had to be aware of or be conscious of and think of in advance before putting together this second grade safari. What were some of those?
Well, we were concerned, you know, of course, when we go to an exotic animal farm, the people that carry the insurance for the school district, you know, they break out in a cold sweat.
Yeah.
And so I took the insurance people and our the ESD lawyer with us, and we went on a little tour of the farm and got to see some of the animals and do what the second graders were going to do. And they saw that the barriers were good and the care was good. We had everybody there was a trained professional with handling those animals and have been around them a lot and know what they do and what their limits are and where people can go. So that was a big help in that. So that calmed everybody a little bit. I mean, no matter where you go on a field trip, you go downtown, you could fall off the curb or whatever. But
true.
There were no large concerns with that.
Well, good. What were some of the key topics that the kids that you hope the kids learned from the whole experience?
Well, you know, we started and we made a list of those, and one of them, the first thing that we wanted to call it, instead of safari, we wanted to call it like a wellness and awareness day, and because we wanted to touch on safety and nutrition and what you do to keep yourself safe and how you let other people know if you're not safe. And those are some of the main topics. We had about 7 of them listed there that we wanted to try to cover with the animals and with the people that were by the fire engines and the ambulance people and the nurses and the children's services, and let them know that those things were important to them.
Do you think you're going to do that, or I know you want to try and do the program again next year, but with all the stuff that's happening in this, you know, the school systems and the budget cuts and all of that, that's got to have an impact on the ability for you to do that.
There was we had a lot of help from the county commissioners. We had some help from the Skamania County or Skamania-Klickitat County Community Network. We had some private donations. There were businesses that heard about it and said, you know, sure, here's $50, here's $20, here, you know, buy this with it, buy that with it. So that helped. The part that helps a lot is that the fire and the police and the nurses and the Life Flight, if they had to be paid to come to this, it would be out of line for us to even think of anything like that.
Right.
And so what it came down to is that the schools had to pay their transportation to get there. The Lions Club from Lisle and Goldendale and White Salmon helped out with the lunches for the kids. They came out and served. The Dallesport Community Council bought ice cream for them at the last thing after the play. The Pretenders from the local theater group, the adult theater group, put on an H1N1 flu virus play that was written by a lady in Washington, D.C. at the end, kind of like the finale, and they did that, all of their time and effort. They practiced for weeks to do that, all donated. Like I said, the Dallesport people bought the ice cream bars to send at the end, and so it was kind of a collaborative effort for everybody.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to? If you do this again next year, have
everybody
they said that,
seems pretty excited?
Yeah.
And I can see it going on because one of the things was that Safari's going to be back next year. Mark your second Friday in May, and especially when I was talking to the trauma nurses, they said this was good. We liked that. They had their bicycle safety stuff there, explaining all the melons on the helmets and the whole deal. I says, mark your calendars. I said, we sure will. You know? So I think it'll be something that we can sustain and keep up. Like I said, I'd like to keep it up so each second grader would go, because I know there's a lot of disappointed first graders out there right now that didn't get to go this year, that have something to look forward to.
So you're kind of setting the bar high for the other counties, because now because this is only happening in Klickitat County.
It's only happening in Klickitat County, but I'd like to help other ones organize something. You don't need a giraffe and you don't need a camel to organize something like this. You could have the dairy farm or the kennel or the fish hatchery or something of interest that was going on. You could go to the park, to the duck pond. was something that would be interesting, and that you could gather, a place that you could gather these service people that would like to talk to all the kids. And it does, you know, second grade safari to us sounds good, but you know, you could probably let third and fourth graders come if that's what you wanted to do in your community. You know, but we want to make sure that Safari Day is May 14th or the second Friday in May. You know, of course it won't be that next year, but that would be kind of a benchmark that we'd like to hit. And so we're batting 1,000% on the weather for that day. Yeah. And so it seems to be decent thing.
Yeah. Well, I certainly hope you can pull it off. I mean, that's great that you're, like I said, kind of thinking outside the box, and obviously young minds are our future, and so giving them a positive experience that also is educational is very important. So thank you very much for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, thanks again for joining us, and we will see you next time right here on Localite. John Compton here saying thanks again for watching. And remember, if you've got a guest idea, let us know. Just visit localite.com.